The door frame full body mobility activity. This activity will stretch and mobilize major areas of your entire body. The duration of each hold is up to you. You can either use deep breathing for 3 to 5 times, you can hold it for 30 to 60 seconds, or you can use the 4-7-8 breathing cycle and determine how many of each cycle you want to do for each hold. 4-7-8 breathing. Use this breathing method as a relaxation technique or as a way of timing your stretching. That means using 4-7-8 breathing to determine how long you hold the stretches in many of my videos. One cycle of 4-7-8 breathing consists of inhale through your nose for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 7, exhale out of your mouth for a count of 8. For relaxation, start with 5 cycles every hour and increase as you gain experience. For my mobility sequences, determine how many of the cycles per stretch, and that is how long you hold each stretch. Stand in the middle of the door frame, equal distance from either side. Raise your right arm so your elbow is equal with your shoulders, nice and even. Don't be too close to the door frame. Don't be too far away. Make it nice and easy. Don't put your elbow alongside the door frame, but put it behind the door frame. Now whatever elbow is elevated, which is the right, now you put your right foot forward and your left heel back, and rotate your left heel a little bit outward so your toes are pointed slightly inward on the rear heel. Now gently glide forward, bending your front knee till you feel a little bit of stretch. Could be in your heel, could be in your upper shoulder. And you can hold this stretch for 30 to 60 seconds, for 3 to 5 deep breaths, or for 1 to 2 4-7-8 breathing cycles. Now add a slight bounce to this position. Just give a little bit of bend to your knee in the front and straighten it up again. Just a nice gentle bounce, not too hard. As with all these sequences, hold them for 30 to 60 seconds, 4 to 6 deep breaths in and out, or 1 to 2 4-7-8 breathing cycles. Sequence 2 is place your left hand on the left butt and squeeze your buttocks muscle, which is your gluteus maximus muscle. And as you're squeezing it, gently glide forward with your front knee bending slightly, and hold this stretch for the duration of your choice. Now you add a little bounce to it while squeezing your rear left buttocks, trying to strengthen up your gluteus maximus muscle. Sequence 3 includes the neck stretch, which I call the 3-point stretch. Point 1 is taking the left hand in front of the right ear, gently stretching and pulling it to the left. Then straighten up your head and place your hand on top of your ear, which will actually be point 2. Point 3 is placing your hand behind your ear and gently pulling forward. This helps stretch 3 major regions of the neck. Sequence 4 works on the upper back. Now place your right hand against the door frame as shown. Then take your right heel, lean backwards on it, and give a gentle stretch along the entire back of your arm and into your upper back. By placing your hand up and down the door frame, you can change the type of stretch and the direction of the stretch. Take a few steps forward, which increases the stretch along the entire upper back and the arm. Now you can simply add a bounce to each of those movements. Sequence 5 works some of the muscles of the shoulder blade. Take your right hand and place it along the door frame. Don't put your fingers on it. Put your palm of your right hand against the door frame. Keep your elbow to your side and gently push your palm into the door frame for 5 seconds. Then relax for 5 seconds. Then rotate your body 45 degrees and repeat. Gently press for 5 seconds. Relax for 5 seconds. Rotate your body and then press one more time. Sequence 6 will now work the fascia and the connective tissues of the upper extremity. Place your entire palm against the door frame. If you can't go as high as shown, you can actually lower it and just go as high as you can while you're keeping the whole palm against the door frame. And then hold that position. When you're done, gently begin to rotate your body while trying to keep your palm against the door frame. Keep rotating until your palm leaves the door frame, or if your palm continues staying against the door frame, continue to rotate your body until your body now is parallel with your arm. You can increase the stretch by bending your neck to the left, or taking your hand and gently stretching your neck to the left. This completes the first half of the door frame full body mobility activity. I will now proceed to show this from the left side. The setup is the same. You bring your left elbow against the door frame. Keep your elbow even and parallel with your shoulder. Left elbow up, so left foot up and right heel backwards. Then you gently rotate the right heel outwards a little bit. Then you bend the left knee and you begin to do the stretch. Then you can add the bounce as part of sequence 1. Then you add the butt squeeze or the gluteus maximus squeeze. And then after that, you add the glute squeeze with the bounce. After that, we now do the 3-point stretch with the first hand in front of the ear. And the second point is the hand on top of the ear. And the third point is the hand behind the ear. Now we do the upper back stretch by placing the left hand against the door frame, bringing the left foot backwards and leaning back. You then can adjust your hand along the door frame in order to get the different stretch. And if you need to, you can walk forward a little bit to add more of a stretch to the shoulder. Then you can add the bounce and adjust your hand along the door frame according to the need and your ability. Sequence 5, place the palm of your hand against the door frame, elbow against the side of your body, then gently press your palm into the door frame. Hold that for 5 seconds, relax, rotate, and repeat 3 to 4 times. Then you proceed to do the forearm stretch. You want to keep your palm against the door frame, so if you have to start lower, you do so. After holding that stretch, then begin to rotate your body as much as you can tolerate while keeping your palm against the door frame. And then you can add the neck stretch. In this case, stretching the neck towards the right to increase the stretch along the entire left upper extremity.